part 5 of my RV life. And this time we're going to talk about the Class C motorhome that I got in, I don't know, 2020, but it was a 2021 year model. It was a 2021 Thor 4 Winds 22E. And I got that when I sold. I didn't sell the Casita, I gave it to my son, the 17-foot Casita travel trailer. And then I traveled to Motorhome Specialists in Alvarado, Texas, and dealt with a salesman named Buck, B-U-C-K, and bought me I believe it was 2021, Thor 4 Winds 22E Class C motorhome, 24 feet long, 6-liter Chevy chassis. Yeah. And at that time, they were selling them for $59,000 plus sales tax and all the crap they stick on top was about 65 and drive out. And yeah, where'd the money come from? I'll tell you. Well, I sold my place, my home base in Kingsland, Texas, and I also sold my place in Capitan. And with that money, I bought me a Class C motorhome and put some money in the bank. So with that in mind, I did plan on using the Class C motorhome as my daily driver. I thought, well, hell yeah, I won't have to have a tow vehicle, da 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 da, ding, genius, right? Almost, except for one thing. After I lived in the Class C for about 3 months, it occurred to me that having a tow vehicle or a car would be great. So I bought me I can't remember what it was, 2021 Chevy Spark manual transmission, so I could tow it all 4 wheels down. Later on, I went to an automatic and had to have a tow dog. You like that, huh? That little trick there is no additional charge, okay? You know what I mean? Actually, what it was, my phone fell off the stand. Shit. It was a good plan, though. You know, flop. See, those are moments that you never see in other videos. But anyway, back to the Class C RV motorhome 2021 Thor 4 Winds 22E, 24 feet long, on a 6.0 Chevrolet chassis. Yeah, it had a full bath, full bed, kitchen, yeah, and dining area, easy to drive, short. You know, it was big. I mean, it wasn't like parking a car when you went to Walmart, but you know, if you went on the outside, it was okay because I did that several times, and I camped in. I lived in it for 2 years, slightly over, I think, and yeah, it was a great unit, the Class C. I had one. I'll tell you what problems I had with it. I had when I bought it, the exhaust banged against something underneath the metal frame part. And when you would idle it at the red light, you'd hear this bing, 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 bing. Well, anyway, I finally figured it and took a deal and pried it around. Now I got it fixed. Anyway, and then at one point, I think the air conditioner went out, and but Thor covered that with the warranty, 100%. Had mobile RV repair come out and replace the air conditioner, and yeah, that was the end of that. No problem at all. And what else? Da, 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 da. Yeah, it was a good unit. I traveled all over that thing, you know, and I think I put about, I don't know, 18,000 miles in it in the 2 years I had it, which was a lot. And but again, but yeah, the reason I got the Class C is because I'd never had one. That's one, and I'd always wanted one because I thought they'd be neat to live in, and you know. And they are. They're quite nice to travel in. You know, they're easy to park. You can back into a spot real easy. Now, when you're towing a vehicle, you have to unhook the vehicle and all that crap, and then back in if you choose to. And is that a problem? Not really. You know, but anyway, so went all over in that thing. Got 10 miles to the gallon, which is not bad. Even towing, it was 10 miles to the gallon. That 6-liter Chevy engine gets 10 miles a gallon. If you drive 55 miles an hour, which I did, and sometimes I use cruise control, sometimes I didn't. I mean, if you're in the hills, you know, rolling hills, you know, like that, well, the cruise control, you know, so I just cut the cruise control off and use my foot, you know, which I knew how to drive a car. So what else? On the Class C, reliability, muy bueno. The interior, I got the really light colored interior, the white looking stuff. And yeah, it was nice. All the cabinets were fine. The shower, fine. Yeah, it's full shower, regular, bath and all that stuff. Yeah, plenty of room. The ceiling height was like 6'6". Yeah, so you could stand up straight inside, or may have been more than that. I think, it was a lot, and you had plenty of headroom inside for sure. And now I never felt claustrophobic at all. The bed, I give it about a 0. The original bed, and of course, whenever you get an RV of any kind, the beds are usually zeros, So I did replace that with a like kind of an inner spring with a foam top thing. Yeah, it was fine. And what else? Yeah, it had some features. I mean, what I really liked about it, it was basic. It didn't have power steps. Okay, I don't need them. It didn't have power jacks. Don't need them. Okay, I didn't. Now you may need them. It had an awning. I couldn't get it without it, but I got the awning. It had an awning, which I used occasionally. It also had an outside TV, which I took out and put in my home here in Fort Clark Springs when I lived on Redbud. I took it out and put it in there. And then what else? The screen door that comes with it. You've got a door and then the screen door. Well, I took the screen door off because it was a door from hell, man. I mean, talk about rattle when you're driving down the highway. Hello, I mean, you're driving your house down the highway with your screen door banging, you know what I mean? And so anyway, I took that thing off and put one of those magnetic screen doors. They got the Velcro on the sides, and then they have a magnetic thing that holds them together. Yeah, that worked perfectly. No noise gone. And then, once you get good at, putting stuff away so that it doesn't make any noise when you're driving down the highway, Class C motorhome or any motorhome works great, okay? But initially, you got to learn how to keep things quiet, Sometimes I bought you can buy these little packages of washcloths at Walmart for like, I don't know, $4 or $5. You get about a dozen. Well, I just put them between the plates and stuff, the rattle stuff, and anything that would rattle, I'd wrap it in a washcloth and put it somewhere. But yeah, that was good. And as far as any leaks, 0. As far as any roof issues, 0. What else? That's about it, man. It was, the tires were good. I mean, I would imagine you could probably get 35,000 miles out of a set of tires on a Class C motorhome. And, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then the obvious question is going to be, well, why in the hell did you sell it? Why didn't you just keep the Class C? Well, the reason is I had somebody make me an offer on my place in Capitan, New Mexico, which was acceptable. And with that money, plus the trade-in value of the Class C, I was able to get a Class B, okay, which you think would be a step down, but it's actually a step up in a way, or laterally, whatever. And so I wanted to try a Class B because I'd wanted to buy one years ago, but I don't want to get too far into the Class B because we'll do a whole video on it. But the reason for selling it was I was changing, things were changing, and I wanted to. I have a home base here in Fort Clark Springs now that I've fixed up really nice for me, 480 square feet, wonderful car cover, RV cover outside, 2,000 square feet of covered RV space outside, 2,000, you got me? Is that enough? It's like an airport hangar, or airplane hangar. No, it's great. And, but yeah, the Class C was a good unit. The thing you have to know about a Class C is, one, if you're towing a vehicle on a tow dolly, that's kind of a pain in the ass. I'll be quite frank with you. Okay, why? Because if you pull into a gas station 6 times out of 10, that thing is so low, where you're hauling your car, the little drag, you're scrape, and having a car back there, having to tow a car, for me, I really didn't like that much at all. Even though I kept the camera on so I could watch the car all the time that I was driving, my rear camera, and that was okay. But hooking it up, to get. If you're towing it all 4 wheels down, it's easier to hook up than it is actually with a tow dolly. Why? Because you hook up the tow dolly, and then you have to drive the car up on the tow dolly and get it centered. Well, if you've got 2 people, that'd probably be pretty easy. But if it's one person, me, then you miss about this much. You got to bag up because you want it reasonably centered, okay, on the tow dolly, and then you got. I never hooked up the chains. I did the straps on the wheels. That's all. And of course, I had a lock on the hitch and all that stuff. And again, I watched it with my rear view camera. But yeah, towing all four wheels down is probably better than a tow dolly because, yeah, when you're towing a car like that, well, if you're towing a car all four wheels down, if you disconnect the negative cable, battery cable, when you're towing it, it won't register any miles. All right. And I towed that Chevy Spark, which had a regular little gas engine, did fine. And then I towed a Chevy Bolt, which is an all electric EV. And, they say you're supposed to disconnect the negative cable. Well, the problem with that is on the EV is whenever you connect the cable back, the negative, it takes about 10 or 15 minutes or longer for it to, to send a signal to some service, and then it tells the car, okay, you can turn on and shit, and I didn't like that. So what I would do, I towed it without removing the negative cable, and I never had any issues at all. What you have to be careful of, whenever you put the car on the tow dolly, if you're having an EV, electric vehicle, you have to be sure that you've got it out of park, or else your rear wheels, that's your park, they're just going to be sliding down the highway. You know what I mean? They're not going to be turning. So what I did was I'd be sure I had it out of park, and then when I made a first turn, I'd look to be sure those wheels were turning. Okay, that was another thing I learned. And then what else? Overall, it was a good unit. Would I buy it again? I mean, if I was that age again, I probably would. But for those of you that are looking at Class C motorhomes, they're probably the least expensive of all Class C's out there. It's a Thor 4 Winds 22E. I think they still make them. I got mine on a Chevy chassis because the cab area is a little bigger than a Ford, and the Chevy 6-liter engine is old tried and proven engine, and probably go 200,000 or 300,000 miles if you wanted to go that far. But anyway, guys, so my RV life has been a good one. This is just one more chapter 5 of this series, and I've got a playlist for this, my RV life, so you can watch the whole thing and kind of get an idea of what, because I've had travel trailers, I didn't do a fifth wheel video because I just had that for like a month, and because I had it parked, and then what else? I pick up camping, Prius camping, big, long RVs, short RVs, all that stuff. So anyway, yeah, you'll learn a lot. But anyway, it's been a fun experience. And would I recommend it? I don't recommend anything to anybody. You do you, I do me. You know what I mean? If I enjoy it, does that mean you're going to enjoy it? No, it doesn't mean that at all. The illusion is that it might. What my recommendation is, if you're interested, check it out. Thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye, buy anything you want, and enjoy your life. One day at a time. And if you want to do RVing, do the hell out of it. There's a lot of beautiful places in the United States to see. There's no doubt about that. And one way to see them, driving down the highway. So anyway, guys, enjoy your life. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Adios, amigos. This is number 5 of, I've got one. 5, this is 5th one. Anyway, adios, bye-bye.